Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Doom Eternal. My name is Camel, and today I'm bringing you a full guide to the second mission, Exultia. I will show you where to get all the goods and secrets to complete the exploration aspect of the mission, along with some extra stuff on the way. Now, if Doom Eternal content interests you, be sure to check out my other videos that I've already done. They can be found in the playlist down in the description. Now, down there in the description, you can also find links to all of my social media. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram after this video. And if you're looking for something specific that you missed throughout the level, timestamps can also be found down there and in the comments. For now though, let's get into Exultia. So right at the start of the level, instead of jumping forward onto the climb wall, we actually want to stop and drop down onto this platform below the one we're on. Here we can find an extra life. On the map, this extra life can be found right here where the Slayer is standing, marked of course by the extra life icon. A little further into the level, we're going to punch through this wall, but instead of turning to the right, we want to turn to the left, where over in the corner on the ledge, we can find a Codex page. This is the Codex entry for Exultia, where we have this lovely picture and of course a whole log of lore on Exultia. On the map, this Codex page can be found where the Slayer is currently standing, marked of course by the Codex icon. From here, we want to continue onto the level where just around the corner we'll find our first arena style battle. Once all of these chumps have been dealt with, instead of continuing on through the level, we want to turn around, and in the back corner here we can see a cracked wall. We want to punch through that, which will reveal a secret and of course 50 armor. On the map, this little secret area can be found right where the Slayer is currently standing. Now, continuing on just a few steps into the level, we will come across, well, this green wolf. That's pretty normal. But we'll also come across this giant floating glove or gauntlet. This is where we unlock or learn the blood punch ability. For every 2 glory kills, you will fill the blood punch bar, and then the next time you do a melee attack, it will do this huge hook punch that will basically just obliterate enemies. It won't obliterate heavy enemies, but it will damage them severely. It's great for clearing out, rooms of little zombies or imps, and it's very satisfying. Now in this next part, we'll drop down into this circular hallway with lightning shooting out of the walls. Some shocking advice, be careful of that, it hurts. Continue on through the hallway and deal with all of the enemies in the way, and at the end, we will find our first rune, this strange glowing thing here. When we activate it, we will be able to unlock a rune. There are 9 runes, and you can have 3 runes active at any given time. Be sure to have a browse through the different runes, as they're basically like super perks. On the map, this rune can be found right here where the Slayer is standing, marked of course by the rune symbol or icon, which ironically isn't a rune, which for me personally kind of ruins the vibe. Now instead of continuing on through the level, we want to turn around where a monkey bar will now be poking out of the wall. We want to jump up onto that and slingshot ourselves onto this upper level where we can find an extra life. The monkey bar will only be there after you activate the rune. Now on the map, this extra life can be found here, marked by the extra life icon. Now we can continue on through the level, but before you jump down into the second arena down there, walk down the stairs, come into this room, and to the left there is a cracked wall which we can punch through. Going through here, we will find a secret, and we will have found the toy for the Arachnotron. Now on the map, this toy can be found where the Slayer is standing, marked by the toy icon. Now we can safely jump down into the arena. Deal with these goobers and be careful of the turrets on the wall. Once we have defeated them all, we will look up and notice that there is a Supercharge floating on the ceiling. We'll have to use these monkey bars to slingshot ourselves around until we can get to it. It took me about 5 times to get it, so if you don't get it straight away, don't worry. Now a Supercharge will heal you fully. It'll give you full armor and full health. On the map, this Supercharge can be found above where the Slayer is standing. Obviously, I can't lock myself in the air to show you exactly where it is. Now, if you don't want to do the whole monkey bar thing, when you first jump down, you can actually jump into the Supercharge, in case you want to be sneaky like that. Now, further into the level, we'll come out into this lovely forested area. We want to just follow the path around to the left. Then we want to jump onto this monkey bar, swing across to this climb wall, climb up to the top to this veranda, turn around, jump onto the railing, and then jump across to this ledge which holds a Codex page. This is the Codex page entry for the wolf. Now interestingly, unlike the other Codex entries, the wolf doesn't have a picture that we can select and zoom in on. But there is a little picture of a green wolf and of course a whole lore entry on the wolves. On the map, this Codex entry can be found right here where the Slayer is standing, and it is of course marked by the Codex icon. Now going back to that veranda, we'll enter this room of these spinning electrical things. We want to follow them around, but in this first hallway we can actually find 50 armor, so be sure to grab that. It's easily missed as you run around. Now the next stop for us is this block, which we can punch, which we want to do. Then we want to jump on top of it and jump up onto this ledge. Now in this room there are 3 green chains which must be punched to be broken, and then lower something down and blah blah blah, you get it. But to get to each 3 segments of this room, you're gonna have to jump on top of that spinning electrical thing. Just be careful not to fall down. So break the second one, jump on the thing, and get to the third one. But when we do get to the third one, we'll notice there is also a Codex entry. Be sure to grab that. This is the Codex entry for the history of the Sentinels Part 1. Which of course we have the lovely picture and all of the lore to go along with it. On the map, this Codex entry can be found where the Slayer is standing, marked of course by the Codex icon. Once you've grabbed that, be sure to punch the 3rd chain and we will unveil a secret. Well, it's not secret at all, it's part of the mission, but it is a new ability. That glowing yellow man down there isn't a lemon flavored Sour Patch Kid. It's actually the ability Dash, or Double Dash. It's called Dash, but you get 2 of them, so I'm calling it Double Dash. So grab that and we'll dash on through the level. Now when we go to exit this circular room, if we look down at this ledge, there's actually an extra life hidden down there, but to get to it we have to jump across to this broken island, then turn around and use our double jump and our newly acquired double dash to get to that 1-up. Once you grab onto the wall, you will acquire the extra life. On the map, this extra life is found here where the Doomslayer is standing and where the extra life icon is. Now the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to have a chat with King Novik.
Why are you here? It is not yours to take. You cannot kill the priests. If you continue, you will bring down the heavens' wrath. You are but one man. They are no longer your people to save.
The game will now point us in this direction, which is the complete opposite direction to where we're going to go. We're going to actually spin around and go behind King Novik's throne, where we can find an extra life hidden away. On the map, this can be found right where the Slayer is standing, as you would imagine, behind the throne of King Novik. Now from here, we want to exit the throne room, and just as we go down the stairs, we want to turn to the right where we can find a Codex entry. This is the Codex entry for King Novik. Now I've got a friend Vic, so I'm pro Vic, but this guy's Novik apparently. In here, much like the wolf, we don't have a picture we can zoom in on, but we do have a bunch of juicy lore. On the map, this Codex entry can be found right where the Slayer is standing, marked by the Codex icon. Now this has no relevance to the video whatsoever, but if we jump up onto this ledge here and look down, we can actually find a rabbit, aka Daisy. Now I spoke to the devs about this, and apparently there is a rabbit or Daisy on each level, so be sure to let me know if you find Daisy on any of the other levels. Now later on into the level, we're going to exit Exultia to hell, but on the way we're going to grab this Sentinel Battery. Now before you go forward into that very tempting portal, what we actually want to do is turn around and go to the left where we can see these 2 monkey bars. Now this is kind of difficult and you need to get the double dash to do this. I stand on this little wall here and then double jump, then double dash, swing, jump, and then we land in this secret area. Now here is what is known as a secret encounter, these purple or pink Gore nests. On the map, this secret encounter can be found right where the Slayer is standing, marked of course by this pink marker, as markers do, they mark. Now secret encounters are timed events in which a certain group of demons will be summoned and you have to kill them within the time frame. If you fail it, you can retry it, but any resources consumed in your attempts will not be regained. So in this particular one, it summons 2 Cacodemons. Now shooting a sticky bomb into the mouth of a Cacodemon staggers it instantly, which means you can kill it with a glory kill. That makes killing them quite easy. The problem with this one is that they're so far away. I tried to get the double glory kill to be super cool, didn't work, but I did manage to pull it off anyway. Once we've done that, we can then go to this portal, which will take us to hell, and immediately in front of us is the plasma rifle. This is a great weapon, and yeah, here it is. You now own the plasma rifle. On the map, it's here. You don't need to see the map because you're going to be forced into this area anyway. Now we'll be in a big arena where we get to fight lots and lots of demons. Once they've all been killed, if we come back to the start area, we want to run forward and turn to the right, go up these stairs, turn to the left, go up these stairs, and then we can double jump across to that platform which has 50 armor. It's not a secret or anything, but it's very well hidden. On the map, this armor can be found right here. Now from this armor, we want to run down into this area and jump down to the lower level, where we can find this giant iron block, which has a little punch symbol, and if we punch it, it's going to reveal an undercroft, a passageway into the underworld. If we walk through here, we will actually find a secret. Now this isn't a toy, this is an album. It's a vinyl version of Doom at Doom's Gate. On the map, this can be found where the Slayer is standing, marked by the vinyl icon. From here, we're going to enter this tunnel of flesh and purple goo. Now the purple goo slows you down, you also can't dash, nor can you jump. It is also filled with these tentacles that pop up, so be very wary of that. Unless, of course, you're into that stuff. Now, a short ways in, we will find the Automap Station. Activating this will reveal the rest of the map to us. So when we go to the map, it won't just show us the bits we've already explored, it will show us the whole map. And on the map, it can be found right here, where the Automap Station icon is located where I'm standing. Now from here, we want to walk up onto this fleshy bit, jump across onto that climb wall, then turn to the right and jump across onto that upper platform where we can find a mod bot. Activating this will give us a weapon mod. At this point, we'll have a variety of weapons, unlock whatever modification you so wish. On the map, this mod bot can be found right here where the Doomslayer is standing. Now before we go further into the level, we actually want to turn around and we will see there is an extra life floating in the air. Jump up, grab that, and then make your way back up to the mod bot. Once we're here, continue on through the level, where at the end of the tunnel, we will find the Sentinel Power Core. Grab this, and then jump down to the arm below and slide that core deep in, and watch it pop. Now that we've blasted a hole in the wall, we want to jump across to this climb wall, then jump and dash to this climb wall, and then onto this platform to the right. Now as soon as we get up here, we will see there is a Codex page. This is the Codex entry for the History of the Sentinels Part 2. There is of course this lovely picture and a whole bunch of lore to go along with the Codex entry. On the map, this can be found right where the Doomslayer is standing, marked of course by the Codex icon. Now we'll enter this area, which is pretty self-explanatory. Stand on the green pentagrams to unlock the gate somewhat. Now the third one is down in a hole, which we will need to jump down into. Once we stand on the thing, instead of getting out of the hole, if we look down and forward, we will actually see there is a cracked wall. We want to jump down onto that, punch through the wall, and this will reveal a secret area where we can find a Supercharge, which of course will give us full health and full armor. On the map, this Supercharge can be found right where the Slayer is standing in this secret little area. From here, we want to jump back to the platform whence we came, use this monkey bar to slingshot ourselves onto this climb wall, then turn around, double dash and double jump, do whatever you gotta do onto this climb wall, then back up to the top. Then we need to stand on this pentagram, and then on the last pentagram, and then we will see the most epic gate opening I've ever seen. Which, come to think of it, I haven't seen that many gates open, but every time I see this one, both my barrels are loaded. A fair way further into the level, we'll come across the second Sentinel Power Core. Be sure to grab that. Now a little bit further on, when we reach this giant Titan spear, instead of walking further down, we actually want to turn to the left and jump down into this secret little alcove. If we follow this pathway around, we will find the second secret encounter of the level. On the map, this secret encounter can be found here, marked by the pink battle arena icon. Activating this will summon 5 lost souls, I believe. It might be 4, I'm not sure. I blew them all up pretty quickly, didn't get to count. But the best, easiest way I found to do this was to use the sticky bomb. There's also a bunch of explosive barrels that you can use to blow them up. From here, you just want to jump your way back up onto that giant spear, and then walk all the way down to the end where we can insert the power core and watch it get rather excited. Just the tip. Later on in the level, we'll be in this area where there is this punch block. We want to punch it and it will go flying. Actually, that's quite a long way. Anyway, jump on top of it and turn to the right. Use this monkey bar to get up into this little tunnel where we will find the 3rd Sentinel power core. Grab it. Follow the pathway around and then we'll jump onto the shoulder of this giant Titan mech. Insert the power core for the final hurrah. Now we've blasted a hole in that, we want to double jump to this monkey bar, swing across, dash across, jump across, whatever you got to do. And in this room, we'll see more purple goo. We want to turn to the left where a tentacle will pop up, so be careful of that. But behind the tentacle, there is a Sentinel Crystal. Grab this. This is, of course, where we get to upgrade our ammo, health, or armor capacities. On the map, the Sentinel Crystal can be found where the Slayer is standing, marked of course by the Sentinel Crystal icon. Now later on when we reach this area with the dropping platforms, there's a few things we need to do. Firstly, you need to kill all the enemies, which I've already done. Then we need to jump down, jump across this platform, and then over in the corner, we can find a Codex entry. This is the Codex entry for the History of the Sentinels Part 3, which of course has this lovely artwork as with the others, and of course a whole log of lore to do with the Sentinels. On the map, this Codex entry can be found here, marked of course by the Codex entry icon. Now from here, instead of continuing on through the level, we want to come to this lava tunnel where there's a monkey bar. We want to jump down, swing off that onto this platform, punch through this cracked wall, and in the depths of the bowels of whatever this is, we will find a Supercharge. Be sure to grab that. Very useful. It's super, actually. On the map, this Supercharge can be found right where the Slayer is standing, hidden in this secret little tunnel. Now, this next bit, you don't have to do this. I just want to show you because it's really cool and I found it and I spoke to Marty and Hugo and they both didn't really know what its purpose was. So, if we jump onto this platform and then onto the second one, when the second one drops down, if we turn to the right, we can see a little tunnel. If we make our way through there and then to the left, there's this like little island with these old school assets, I guess. As you can see on the map, it is a secret area, but it has nothing to do with the exploration aspect of the level. And if we activate the door, that happens. Now, in one of my 3-hour play sessions with Doom Eternal, I spent 40 minutes of that 3 hours trying to figure out what the hell that did, what that unlocked, if it opened anything, if it did anything. I looked everywhere, I couldn't find anything. Hopefully together as a community we can figure out if that actually does do anything. But again, I spoke to Hugo and Marty at PAX East about this and showed them pictures like, what is this? They were like, yeah, I remember that, I don't really know what it does, so who knows? Or they could have been lying. Anyway, going back to where we started doing the thing that you don't need to do, get onto this second one, turn to the left, swing over the monkey bar, let this drop down, and then dash onto the jump pad. There will be 2 Cacodemons, just deal with them. After they've been dealt with, we'll see a climb wall. If we jump up onto this, we actually want to turn to the left, and there's a little ledge we can drop down onto and get 25 armor and a massive health pack. Once you get those, go back to where we just dropped down from and we'll enter this room with a double dash refill floating in the air. We want to get up to the highest level we can in this room. From here, we want to turn back and then double jump, double dash, do whatever you gotta do to this little tunnel, and then we can jump onto this island where there is a Slayer Key. Now the Slayer Key is used to unlock a Slayer Gate, which we'll get to in a second. On the map, the Slayer Key can be found where the Doomslayer is standing, marked of course by the Slayer Key icon. From here, we just want to jump down to that giant purple gate. That is the Slayer Gate. It's very obvious. Walk up to it and activate it to insert the Slayer Key and unlock the Slayer Gate. This will reveal the Golden Gore Nest. Activating it will enter us into the Slayer Gate, which is basically a huge arena fight that goes for minutes on end, but it will count for 3 out of 10 of our combat completion for the level. It's very intense, and much like the secret encounters, any resources consumed during a Slayer Gate encounter will not be regained. So you can reattempt it if you happen to fail, but just keep in mind that anything you do use, like chainsaw fuel or weapon ammunition or extra lives in the Slayer Gate, will not be regained when you leave, victorious or with a loss. Now, once the Slayer Gate has been completed, we will go back to the Slayer Gate within the level. The Golden Gore Nest will explode, revealing an Empyrean Key. Now, the Empyrean Keys are used to unlock the Unmaker, which is a weapon which we'll get to in many videos to come. But you need 6 of them, so be sure to collect the Empyrean Key. Now, further into the level, we'll come across this gateway with lightning. We want to jump onto this climb wall, turn to the right, jump across onto that climb wall, and instead of turning to the left and going through the level, we want to turn to the right where we can see an extra life. It is in lightning, you might take a bit of damage, but just make sure not to fall to your death. On the map, this extra life can be found right there in between the 2 climb walls, marked of course by the extra life icon. From here, we want to climb back up and then go back to the climb walls we just came from, but instead of turning to the right, we want to turn to the left and continue on through the level. But instead of going down, we want to look over to the right where that lava waterfall is. Well, I guess it's not a waterfall at all, it's a lava fall. Anyway, double jump and double dash across to it, and over in the corner, there is a secret. This is the toy for the Cacodemon. On the map, this secret Cacodemon toy can be found right where the Slayer is standing, marked of course by the toy icon. The next thing we'll do is have a chat with the Betrayer.
Saving your people will not bring you peace. Only make the burden you carry worse. Hear me, Slayer. When his heart is laid to rest, then his soul will be at peace. And so will mine.
Once that conversation is done, we want to go up the stairs where we will find a Codex entry. This is the Codex entry for the Betrayer. He comes with a beautiful image, and his face, stature, colorization, and his hammer remind me of that brute from Halo, who in all aspects was a Betrayer. Anyway, on the map, this Codex entry can be found right where the Slayer is standing, marked by the Codex entry icon. Now, right before the final battle arena of the level, we'll come onto these jumping platforms that drop. We want to follow them around, and when we get to this piece of land here, turn to the right, and underneath that drop platform there is an extra life. So we have to jump onto it, let it drop down to the point of the extra life, then we get it and then jump off. And just make sure not to die. Use your brain. On the map, that extra life can be found right behind where the Slayer is under that drop pad, marked by the extra life icon. Then we'll finish the final battle arena, a portal will open and we will enter that. Provided you completed all of the battle arenas, you did the 2 secret encounters, and you completed the Slayer Gate, all 10 of the 10 demonic corruption meter bars will have been filled. This means you will get 10 out of 10 weapon points for completing that level. And then of course exploration, we will have found all of the items if you follow this guide. We will have got the 1 mod bot, the Sentinel Crystal, the Codex entry, or the 7 Codex entries, the Sentinel Battery, the Rune, the Empyrean Key, the 2 toys, and the 1 album. And now we will be teleported back to the Fortress of Doom, which is the Doomslayer's base. Here we will enter the Sentinel Battery, which will unlock most of the ship for us.
Sentinel energy levels rising, re-establishing power to core and supplementary systems.
We will then be prompted to go and pick up our Ice Bomb. Now, the Ice Bomb is an ability we get that shares a slot with the grenade. Much like how you swap modifications on weapons, the Ice Bomb and the grenade are like that. You can either have the grenade active or the Ice Bomb active. They do not share a cooldown, so you can shoot a grenade, switch to the Ice Bomb, and shoot an Ice Bomb. Just keep that in mind that you do need to switch between the Ice Bomb and the grenade. I'm guilty of this. Every time I play, I find myself not switching between them and just using one. But anyway, Over on the wall, we can see there is At Doom's Gate, that vinyl we found earlier. You can actually click it and play the song from the original Doom soundtrack. And after doing some mission related things, we will go and collect our first Praetor suit point. These are collected and spent on unlocking perks. That's basically it. It's another currency for another type of perk. I would suggest not spending them straight away and save up for some of those more expensive ones because they're really powerful. And with that, the Sentinel dude's tossing a coin to his Slayer, I guess. And the only thing left to do now is enter the portal to Mission 3, which is where I'll see you next. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Camel, and this has been my full walkthrough guide for Doom Eternal's Mission 2, Exultia. I do hope this video helped you out, and if it did, you'll be very interested in checking out the other Doom Eternal videos that I've already done. Links to them can be found down in the description via the playlist. Now down there in the old description, you can also find my social media links. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you would like to support the channel in a more personal way, you can become a heroic patron on Patreon or a sponsor of the channel right here on YouTube. As I'm sure you know, all of my time and energy goes into making these videos that I create for you to enjoy. So your support is most genuinely appreciated and welcomed in any and all forms. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. All of it means the world. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there soon. Until then, rip and tear until it is done.